Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're live. Tuesday, September the 12th, 7 a.m. New York time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope your day is going well. This is the 10K to $2 million funding challenge with Venator Trading. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at. Hope your trading session has gone well so far, and hopefully we can find a decent setup here and start chopping away at this drawdown. I'm so tired of being in it. But anyway, we're here. We're back. We're here every day, Monday through Friday. We are sponsored by our incredible partners, Bespoke Funding Program. And if you're looking to take a challenge, I highly recommend them. One of the best in the business. And you can use the discount code Venator. You get 15% off any challenge purchase along with an 85% profit split. So hope you will take advantage of that. Support the stream. We do it all for free here, trying to help out as many people as we can learn what it takes to become a profitable trader. Get funded with a prop firm and reach payouts, stack accounts, and so on. So glad you guys are here. I'm grateful you show up every single day to be a part of the stream. So good morning, Cisco. Welcome in. Cisco working on phase two. Cisco working on phase two of his 10K challenge. So congratulations, man. That's a huge, huge achievement. Still looking for our first giveaway account winner to get funded. So we'll see who the first one is to cross the finish line. Chase, what's up? Adrian, good morning. Beeswax, Red Ezekiel, Alpha Bridge, Corey, John, Mr. Alfie, Galaxy Tab, good morning, guys. Welcome in to the chat. I don't know if it's working or not, but I turned on the super chat and super sticker features. I don't know if it works. I don't even know if I did it right. But it's supposed to give you guys a chance to be able to pin your own messages and get your own crazy stickers or something. I don't know. You don't have to use it. You can just keep chatting the way you're doing. But if you want a special message to show up, you can buy it. Throw it in there. Only if you want to. All right. On the charts, yesterday, at the start of the stream, I clearly laid out, and I think if you guys have been here long enough, I think you understand that my higher time frame bias and analysis is typically pretty accurate. I have been doing this now for 4 months every single day. And you can go back and watch all of the videos that we have done, all of the live streams, and you will see that most of the time, my higher time frame analysis and bias, the higher time frame draws on liquidity, our weekly targets are pretty damn accurate. Yesterday, I told you that I was expecting a pullback, and I highlighted this daily breaker, and I highlighted this fair value gap nested inside this breaker. And I said, I think this was when Monday was down here. We hadn't even gotten up into here yet. I said, I think we're going to pop up into, go back and watch the stream yesterday. I put a magnet, put some wind, the emojis, they worked. I said, we're going to pop up into this fair value gap. We're going to probably get a high of the week on Tuesday. And then we're going to come down and start aiming for the sell side liquidity again. And almost to the T, we did exactly just that. So yesterday, as Euro was popping down into this area, we dropped, go back and watch the stream. We had a cloud emoji right here. We had a magnet emoji up here. We were like, it's going to come up. It's going to drop up into here. And then it's going to reverse. Oh, I'm sorry. I got something in my tooth. That's exactly what happened. It is exactly what happened. That doesn't mean that we were able to take advantage of it. Our setup did not form within this system here. Technically, it kind of did. Technically, we had a little bit of a displacement here. This candle didn't quite do what it needed to, but if it hadn't left this big wick, then you would have been able to get in right here on this breaker and ride it up into that fair value gap. But now we've hit our profit, we've hit our target, and now our attention goes from looking for trades up into this area to now looking to continue the downward selling pressure. So now I am waiting for and looking for the for price to come up or displace through these lows. It's already displaced through here. It has come back up into this breaker right here already, into this fair value gap. It could come back up again. I'm considering even just selling that breaker one more time. Any pop up into this area right here, I'm considering taking this sell right here. So you have the last down close candles. This is on a 30-minute time frame. You could even look on a 15. I like the 30. It looks the best to me. Yeah, these last two down close candles, you get a run above sell or buy side liquidity. We run these highs, all of these highs. We pop back up into our daily breaker and the fair value gap, the daily fair value gap. As soon as we do, we begin to fall away now. We hit it yesterday. We hit it again overnight. And then we've sold off. So we've now displaced and closed below this low. This PD array was not supported. It has been violated. This becomes a breaker. There are fair value gaps nested inside of here. It's already come back up. It doesn't have to come back up again. But if it did, I think I might just sell this right here and still target these lows. It would still target the weekly opening gap that hasn't been returned to yet. So I think that's what I'm going to look for here as we jump into the New York session. Whoops, sorry about that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at and anticipating. One more run above these highs. One hour, you can see last down close candle. We ran buy side liquidity. We have displaced through this low. It has come back up. It did already tap into the fair value gap here. I'm just anticipating one more run up here in the New York session into this breaker, into this fair value gap. And that's what this 30-minute order block, put my stop above it, above the highest 30-minute fair value gap that there is. That's what I'm anticipating. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up on my MT5. So let me jump over there and do that. Give me a minute. I'm going to pop some lines on here. We're selling that. Stop there. TP is there. Here we go. Cool. All right. So let me get those 07270, 07408, and 06978. There it is. And I'm just going to check the other accounts here. And then let's look at the 100K. All right. All right, all set there. Good to go. Good to go. All right. Let me copy this image out. I'm going to put up a trade alert. One 07408, and the TP is 106978. We will put in our graphic. There we go. It's been sent. What the heck? There it is. Throw this over on the Discord as well. There you go. All right, put it in the Discord, put it on Twitter. Now we can test. Now we can test our emoji theory. Shall we? Shall we test our emoji theory? All right, so just to be clear, here is, just so you can all understand why I'm calling this out. This perfectly fits the trading plan. We have all of this buy side liquidity above these old highs. We have a daily fair value gap nested inside of a daily breaker. Price has run the buy side liquidity that it engineered. It ran all of the liquidity above here, quick stab up, hung around, one more quick stab, and then displaced below. It has displaced below this breaker. This run of liquidity began right here on these two down close candles. The run of liquidity up here started right here on these two down close candles. Once price displaces through and trades and violates this order block, it becomes a breaker block. Just like this daily breaker block and this daily fair value gap. We have now created another breaker block and another fair value gap created inside, nested inside this breaker block. So now we are going to anticipate price to run up back into this fair value gap, take out this high right here, and then displace below and run for sell side liquidity. That is the trading plan. Every single day, this is the setup we wait for, watch for, look for. We have it, we see it, we set our orders, and now all that's left to do is put our emojis on the screen to make sure it works. That's it. That's all we have to do. Let me jump over in the chat. Historia Ross says CFTC gave an explanation. This is not a prop of the company. These are all demo accounts. I haven't followed up with much of the my Forex fund situation yet. Cisco says, thanks. One loss on EU this morning. GN trade almost at TP, so with a bit of luck, it doesn't reverse to break even. There was a nice breaker on EN, but I missed it. It's all right, Cisco. You got this, man. You're a good trader. You know how to execute your trading plan. That's all you need to do is stay confident in your trading plan. Just execute when you see your setups. That's all you got to do. Guys, did you see the YouTuber lost 22 grand trying to get 500? I did not see that, but that's really kind of sad. Kai, good morning. Kamatang, good morning. David Dreams, good morning. Trading Night, hello. John Jones, price action will have to go through a new week opening gap for you to TP. Correct, it will. Absolutely. It will have to do that, but it will want to rebalance that new week opening gap. And if it even gets to my new week opening gap, I will be more than happy to move to break even for that. So this new week opening gap is acting as a draw on liquidity. Currently, I would prefer to see it come back up one more time and get us in. Get us in one more time here. Rebalance this move down from the London session here. The London session actually is right here. But if you even Asian high, London high, right here. Oh, geez. Come on, Brad. So the order that we're looking for is to see price come back up into a 50% above a premium of the London move. So we're looking for price to return to a premium above the London displacement. It also lines up with a fair value gap, an optimal trade entry, et cetera, et cetera. So my high is above the London session high, which is also a 30-minute order block. So again, just using all the confluences that I have at my disposal to help me understand why I have confidence in executing this trade, or at least setting orders for a trade. I can't execute the trade, but when it reaches my price, I will be able to do that. Good morning, Michael Dahl. Welcome in. This is a smart money strategy. Historia. This is one of ICT's PD arrays, the breaker block strategy, and the way that I implement it. Also, it is a market maker sell model. So market maker sell model is consolidation, displacement, consolidation, smart money reversal. You get in, this is a retrace up into there, and then you can anticipate price to come down into these lows here. Market maker sell model right here. Very small one, but it is a also smart money strategy. It already has tapped into this breaker right here. It did that at 5:30 a.m. New York time. Once it displaced below this, it did come back up and actually get into that 50% area. I'm just wanting it to do it one more time. I just want to see it come back into this breaker one more time before it takes out this sell side liquidity. And the reason it's dropping right now is because we just don't have our wind properly placed. I think this is the reason we're dropping at the moment. We don't have our magnets lined up properly to pull price up to our entry. So we need these to work now. So last time we used these, we just overdid them. We got too aggressive in our use of the emojis. So I think we're just gonna let them be today. We're gonna refine the system here, do a little live forward testing on the emojis and see if we can't utilize them a little better to get our trade to work today. So all right, let's jump over to GU. Also anticipating, oh goodness, more weakness. You can see it's right now inside its new week opening gap here. It's trading down into it. It also ran buy side liquidity right here, displaced through. If you look to the left, there's a couple of different breakers here that price has not come back up into yet. There's one here, there's one here. This move, you could say, started down here. So if you got displacement through these lows, then you could look for a breaker, a pop back into that, and then a continued move lower here on GU. We're still bullish dollar. I am until it reached up into this volume imbalance. It still hasn't traded all the way through that and completely filled that volume imbalance in. I still am anticipating that. And then I'm anticipating this overall higher time frame, relative equal highs up here before we start seeing any major weakness in the dollar here. I think we tap into that and then we reverse and could start heading lower from there. But right now, still very bullish. We've run sell side liquidity. We have immediately after running sell side liquidity, we have had an aggressive displacement away. There are multiple breakers. This daily breaker right here, I can take all this fair value gap stuff out. Let me just clean this up a second. These three up close candles on the daily time frame initiated this aggressive run into liquidity. Once we tapped into this sell side liquidity, what did we do? We immediately began aggressively moving towards buy side. Once we displaced through this level here, it came back into this breaker and we've now displaced above this high. We've come back into it. And now we would anticipate our next run of liquidity up here. Just like other runs of liquidity, it approaches it right here. It approaches it. It stops before running it. It pulls back, grabs sell side liquidity, and then runs through it. We come up to this liquidity. It comes up to it. Even this one, we've paused. We've come back, we've rebalanced, and now we can anticipate further upside, those buy side liquidity targets to get for price to draw those up to them. So that's where we're headed, and then we're just trying to play along and ride the trend as much as we can here by using and finding our setups on the 30-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute time frames to see if we can capture a move. Currently, our emojis are failing us. Maybe we should increase this one just a little bit, make that magnet just a little bit stronger here. Maybe a little more wind. We don't want to overdo it. We just want it to just enough so that it pops up and then it runs out of steam, and then we can flip these emojis around and then it'll push price down. That's the emoji trading strategy. Wind blows accounts and magnet induces traders. That's exactly right. That's it, Dominic. That's it. You want the wind to push price away from liquidity. We don't want to see it run this liquidity just yet. It's our preference. I'd like to see dollars stall out right here and come back down, and then that would give us our entry, and then we can go up. Let's get that in. GJ still hanging around our daily point of interest here. I have said until we got displacement, we got a full body close, below these lows, like in a displacement kind of fashion, I would not be interested in getting short. This technically did close below these lows, but it's just not convincing enough to me. This fair value gap is still being respected. This order block, still being respected. Here, it's come back down, tapped into this order block, and it's being held up. So, still not convinced that GJ is not yet finished moving up. So, we'll see how that plays out. There has been news that the Bank of Japan has been authorized to intervene in the weakness of their currency, and they're going to start selling the crap out of dollars, pounds, everything that is being traded against. And so we could be here at the end. We're so close to this last higher time frame draw on liquidity right here that maybe you get one more pop up in here and then it just falls away. But we're this is the monthly calendar, so you can see we've just been ripping higher, and it's been not great for the yen. Very, very weak over the last, since COVID, really, 2020. And the Bank of Japan is now stepping in and saying, hey, we've got to intervene here. We can't do this. We need our currency to strengthen. And so when it does that, you're going to see a big reversal here on the yen pairs. A lot. Obviously, this is your first draw on liquidity. And then you've got all kinds of imbalances down here for price to rebalance. So even if you just use this leg, this weekly impulsive move up, or this monthly impulsive move up, you've got a lot of space just to get back down into a discount, let alone an order block or an optimal trade entry if you wanted the trend to continue. You've got a lot of room here for the yen to reprice and rebalance a lot of stuff here. So I'm anticipating, I think, this is my gut reaction, I think you take out that high first before you do, but it doesn't have to. It's put in a swing high. We'll see how the month of September is obviously not finished. If this right here creates the swing high, then I would definitely anticipate going into October a pretty healthy pullback here on the yen pairs. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, we're just waiting. It's still bullish. It's just choppy right now. This is not pretty. It's just moving sideways. It did tap into some buy side liquidity there, into that gap, and it's displaced away. So technically there is a nice little hourly or 30-minute breaker right here on GJ, but to me that's still counter trend. We've reached the point of interest where we would anticipate price reversing and heading higher. So I would not want to be just selling this breaker right here just yet. I would be more interested in seeing displacement up, a pullback, and then heading for that higher time frame draw of liquidity. So I'm going to remain bullish on yen pairs for now, even though I think in the near term future that changes. Aussie dollar, not a whole lot of reaction here. So we've chopped. It's just kind of moving sideways. We've engineered some liquidity. Perhaps you get a run of liquidity and displacement away. We did tap into buy side liquidity here. This was during the London session. We just haven't had a very strong, clean displacement below the lows. So, we need to see displacement is really the key to this whole strategy. It's one of the major legs that we've got to see. If you don't see clean displacement, often it's not going to be a high probability A plus setup. So there just wasn't clean displacement after we tapped in. It came down, stalled, dropped a little bit. We're at the bottom of the range. Tapped into it, couldn't really close solidly below this level. So nothing really here on Aussie dollar just yet. The indices yesterday were just kind of choppy, popped up back up into this daily fair value gap, yet once again, inverted fair value gap. So this fair value gap here, as it came down to it, you would have hoped, if you were bullish, to see this fair value gap support price. It did not, traded right through it. Came back up, this inverted fair value gap, this new daily fair value gap pushed price down. We have a balanced price range fair value gap here on US 30. That supported price pushed it back up. We've come back up into these fair value gaps, this old inverted fair value gap. We're just chopping in between these two areas right now. Yesterday, Monday, we put in this high. We tested this order block. We tested this small little fair value gap right there. It's pushed price down. It's just choppy. There's no clear direction for the indices right now, at least on US 30. So I just don't have, I'm going to be sidelined on the indices right now. We're just chopping. This is sideways action. This is trending, right? Does this look like this? No, it does not. So we're just, the indices are just choppy. NAS, choppy. NAS is actually more up than sideways than the other two, but still just no real clear direction there. So I'm probably just sidelined on the indices right now, which is fine. Oh man, come on, wind. What are you doing? What are you doing, wind? What's wrong with these emojis? Why aren't they working? John, I blame you. Why is this emoji not working? I want my money back. I want my money back. Money. All right, so that's all the analysis. We're 30 minutes into the stream. We've done all our analysis. We've got an order set. We need price to cooperate. And now the rest of the time, we can just sit here and enjoy each other's company. So what are we going to talk about? What questions do you have? Are there other pairs that you want to look at? Is there some news events that we need to discuss? Kirby has his emojis the other way around. I wonder if we've got, do we have a dog? Is there a dog emoji? Let's see. I guess this is a dog. But Kirby, that does not look like Kirby. Sadly, that does not look like Kirby at all. That dog is a nice looking, friendly kind of dog. I don't even know what I would do with that emoji. Oh. I don't even know what I would do with it. What other emojis could we work with here? maybe a deer. Do we have a deer? Let's see. We've got a cat, a mouse. I don't know what that is. A rabbit, a fox, maybe a bear, a panda bear, a koala, a tiger, a lion, a cow. I think that's a cow. A pig, a frog, monkey, sea, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, monkey, chicken, penguin, cardinal, chick, duck, eagles, owls, bats, wolves, a horse, a unicorn, a bee, a worm, a butterfly. I don't know what else we would use here. Oh, here's a deer. Here we go. I like the deer. The deer's nice. This is our trophy buck setup right here. We're going to try and bag this trophy right here. Trophy buck setup. Venator trading. And then I think if you do that, you... What else is there? We've got... Oh, where did it go? They probably don't have like a rifle on here, do they? That's probably too violent. Thank you, Wind, for doing your job currently. Oh, we've got a bow and arrow. So this is the bow and arrow is here to take out the deer. We just have to find the right combination of emojis, guys. It's working. I know it's slowly. Maybe just a slight, maybe just a little angle, right? So if we angle the wind a little bit like this, it's up and to the right, and we can move our magnet over and maybe just pull it up this way, like angled. Maybe just increase the amount of wind just slightly. We don't want to like overcook it and send it shooting right through our stop loss. We just want it to come up a little bit there. Just a little momentum. Why not? You're just easy to blame. I don't know. I figured you're doing something to screw with me. Do they have a... So we found the bow and arrow, archery. What else do they have over here? Do they have a hunter? No, they have a swimmer, a cyclist. Travel in places I don't care about. Objects. There's nothing really in there. We do have our dollars. We could we do have that. We could put a bunch of dollars here, and so price knows where it's supposed to go. But we don't want to put them there now because then that'll just pull them down. So I think we just use the wind. I wish there was maybe a bullseye we could put on the trophy buck. I gotta find the bullseye. There's stop signs, circles and squares and clocks. All the country flags. There's no bullseye? How is there no bullseye? That feels weird to me, TradingView. I feel like you have a needle. Why don't you have a bullseye? You have a fire extinguisher, no bullseye. You have a volcano and no bullseye. Oh wait, there it is. Got it. Bam. Except it's not. It's already got the. That's frustrating. It's already got the arrow in the bullseye. So I don't think I can use that. I want the bullseye that I could just put like a scope target right on the deer. We get a New York Open Judas swing. That's what I'm hoping for here, buddy. How about the golfer emoji at the entry? I'm not sure what the golfer emoji is going to do on the entry, though. As soon as it hits the entry, I need like a wall. I need to put a wall up. Flip our wind around. Move our trophy buck down here. And then I think we might be okay. Andy says, I like where the current 1 hour candle stopped, created more sell-side liquidity. I agree with you. It left the gap open. So hopefully we can get a push up here and run that, come back up into this fair value gap one more time before we come back down into this new week opening gap. That is the preference, sir. That is the preference. He's swinging the ball towards the target. I don't see that. I mean, maybe. This just makes more sense to me. This just makes more sense. We have our trophy buck set up right here. We've got our sights on the deer. We're here to take him out. One shot, one kill. So we need him to come here so that we can get our entry. We need to entice our deer to come up to the entry so we can take our shot. And then once we take our shot, then we'll add in new emojis here. We'll put all the dollars and the Lambos and the mansions, we'll put them all down here after we get tagged in. We'll get rich. All of our everything, gold bars, watches, Lambos, mansions, beautiful women. We'll put them all down here. I do like baseball. But this is I got to stick with the brand, which is hunting. We don't want gambling, no dice. We don't want dice on there. We want... Oh, we got some fencers, it looks like. Some people sword playing. They have curling on here. That's funny. They have the little curling, whatever that is. I guess you could use the golfer, Michael, because you have this little green icon with the red flag, the hole, the pin. You could use that as like your profit target if you put the golfer up at the top where your entry is. I guess that technically could work. I just don't think there's anything left to really try here. We really just need price to they don't have a trader on here. I mean, they have a guy standing in front of a chart, so maybe he's a trader. Maybe the guy standing in front of the bar chart is a trader. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I think what we got is fine. Currently, they're working appropriately. And so now it's just a sit and wait game. There's really nothing else to do. There's really nothing else to do. This is the boring part of trading right here. Oh, I got to get some new coffee creamer. That stuff sucks. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah. All right. So pound, not really seeing much here. Dollar, we just need to see a little pullback here, some weakness. And yen, again, we're not touching it. Aussie dollar. If Aussie dollar could run this, if it could come up and tap back in and then displace through, we might be able to find some weakness on Aussie dollar here. Use a breaker. If this had displaced through this level here, I would probably look at this Aussie dollar entry on this breaker right here. But we didn't get good clean displacement. It did close below, but then it's just, you didn't get that continuation. That this little candle right here, let me blow this up. This candle right here, it traded back up into the range of that breaker. And I would have preferred, I like to see those candles close bearish and leave a nice clean fair value gap with two. See how this candle and this candle were bearish, and then the very next one that it should have displaced below this low, this candle right here, it did not do that. Tapped into it, and then it came right back up. So this is not a super clean breaker setup here. Yes, we did clean out buy side liquidity and then tapped into it one more time, and then we've come down. But it just didn't give us good clean displacement here. So this is why I would want to see maybe this high get run and then displacement lower. So we'll just have to watch and see how that plays out. Besides that, there's really nothing to watch. There's nothing to do. Wait for the dollar to get weak. I mean, I guess technically we could drop some emojis on the dollar, get the correlated emoji pushing the dollar down while it's pushing the euro up. So we could blow it. Actually, we need it to blow this way. We need it to blow this way on the dollar. And then we need the magnet here to pull price back this way. We can increase it just a little bit. We'll flip it around so that as the wind's blowing it, we also are pulling it down. And there we go. So now we have the correlated pair with the opposite emoji, so that we can get some weakness on the dollar and we can get some strength here on the euro. That's all we want. We just want to see a little inducement, a little swing above, a little pop above this high, get into that fair value gap, and then let's just fall off a cliff. That's what we need to see, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need to see. as the come to the end of the 7 o'clock hour, the 8 o'clock hour open, what we're anticipating here on this hourly open is price to open, put in a wick higher, and then drop down from there. We have left the sell side liquidity in place. This gap has not been tapped into. So our preference is to see the 8 o'clock hour candle open, come up. The other nice thing about this, let me turn off all that. This is a nice little 4-hour fair value gap right here, which would line up with an entry on our breaker. So you have this 4-hour breaker right here. See these two down close candles on the 4-hour breaker. You have them down close. They run up, take out, buy side liquidity, displace through. This is in line with our 4-hour fair value gap right here. Our stop is above this 4-hour candle right here. So our entry would be seeing the 4-hour candle come up, get us in, not take out the previous candle's high, and then continue lower here. Fill in the gap, take out these lows. All much in line with our overall entry technique. We can turn this stuff back on. We'll get down into our, get back down into your lower time frames here. Bam. All right. Wind is working. The magnet's working. Now we just need price to cooperate for us. Have you set the limit order? Yes. Limit orders have been set exactly where you see them on the screens. The limit orders have been set. So I have a limit order at 07270. The stop is 07408 and the TP is 06978. So all orders have been set. And now we're just waiting. There's nothing else to do. We could get off the stream. I could take a nap, catch some more Z's. I do feel better than I did yesterday. I do still feel a little tired right now, but not like my normal morning tired, not exhausted. I am going to die tired. I felt like crap yesterday. So I am feeling better. Did get a good solid night's sleep, and now it's just we got a good setup here. We're waiting, watching, and we will anticipate to see what happens. Love to see it work. I need to get some antlers. That's a great idea, Dunamis. I need to get some antlers that I can rattle on the live stream. It's a great idea. Maybe if I start wearing like my hunting jacket and I wear some camouflage, maybe put on some like face camouflage paint or something, I could really lean in hard to the hunting brand. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Oh, excuse me. I am still playing Starfield. I remember somebody asking about that a little bit ago. It's a very fun game. I am really, really enjoying Starfield. Very much. Very much enjoying Starfield. Cool game, man. So far has met all the expectations that I've had for it. Dude, I will do whatever I need to do, Michael. I'm not super prideful. If getting $2 million in funding means that I need to do a little cosplaying, definitely not above me. I will absolutely put that on if it means I get $2 million in funding. 100%. My goodness. The yawn game is strong today. Do you guys see the I'm just asking, do you guys see the super chat feature in the chat today? Does it look different? Can you or is it just the same chat? I'm just wondering. I turned it on, but I don't know if it's supposed to look different over there now or not. Maybe it takes like a day or two to like, update or something. I don't know. Michael says, I see it. It's the $ next to the emoji. Because on mine it doesn't show up. Maybe that's because I am the administrator of the stream, so I don't see it. So I don't know if it's actually up there or not. What's up, Simbazo? Welcome in, man. Oh, take the hat off. You don't. I need a haircut in a bad way. Also, I don't want to have to get up and fix my hair to get on the live stream. At my time, it's 6 in the morning. I get up at 5 in the morning. I do not want to wake up and have to like actually put myself together to get on the stream. So I just throw the hat on. It's not coming off. You didn't miss much yesterday. All we did was a little analysis. We didn't take any trades yesterday, Simbazo. We have an order set up right now on Euro Dollar, and we're just waiting for price to give us a pullback here into this breaker, tap into that top fair value gap right there inside this breaker, and then we'll be off and running. So, and we have our emojis also working for us today. Oh, gosh. Tired of yawning, man. It's annoying. Cisco, have a good one, bud. Good luck on the Phase 2 challenge that you got going on. Hope that all goes well for you, my friend. An antler headband. Oh, gosh. Simbazo, you don't need to worry about your trade or what I'm doing. You need to do your own analysis and your own. I mean, you should not take trades or not take trades or get out of trades you're in because you sit here on the stream and you see me doing something different than what you think should be happening. That's one problem with the stream. It's one problem, big problem with social media is that people are always trying to find someone to confirm their bias. And I got screwed over so much trying to do my own analysis and then frantically search YouTube or Twitter or Instagram to see if my favorite mentor or trader also shared the same opinion. And when they did not, it would freak me out, man. It would freak me out whenever they did not. So do not just blindly take and see what I'm doing on this live stream and the way that I am choosing to trade. Do not let that influence you. The only thing that I truly want to influence you on is your psychology, your mindset, your discipline. That's what my influence really needs to be, is how you should act, how you should think, how you should manage yourself, your emotions. Those are the things that I want to influence you on. That and convincing you that if you don't have emojis on your chart, then you are not a professional trader. So besides those two things, that's all I really want to see happen. That's all I want to see happen. I need to look at a couple messages I've got coming in here. We have a lot of red folder news after today. I don't have high hopes that we'll find a great setup the rest of the week, quite honestly. We have massive CPI and PPI news coming out, unemployment numbers. I mean, all kinds of stuff. A lot of red folder news across multiple pairs and currencies. And so I think if we can get a move today, and it could chop around heading into it tomorrow for sure, but a lot of times on red folder days, you get such aggressive moves that you don't get nice, clean setups. So we're just going to have to kind of watch and wait. I'm going to move my wind over just a little bit now onto this new candle, and I'm going to pull my magnet up one to the right, move the deer. We're just going to kind of just work with this a little bit at a time here. I think I need to decrease the size of the deer a little bit. That's a really big deer. I think if we bring him up, he's still a trophy buck, but he's not now like an unrealistic trophy buck. He's just a nice looking buck. This wind and the magnet, I think, are doing the job for us. Deal is currently suspended all payments, pending review of compliance. So they have stopped sending out or being the facilitator of prop firm payments. They are under review to make sure that they are in full compliance before they resume that. Most prop firms have pivoted to just doing bank wire transfers, which is fine. So everybody is still cranking out. They're all still sending out payments, but Deal is one of the main third-party payment processors for the prop firms. And with all the MyForex Fund stuff going down, they have suspended their third-party payment system pending review. That's all I know about it. I did see an article about that. Bespoke is using bank transfers right now. They were using Deal, but they have transitioned everything to bank wire transfers. I don't know if they would go back to deal. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But for now, everything is just bank wire transfers or crypto. The crypto stuff is still valid as well. You can always get it done in crypto. Revolut. I don't think I know what Revolut is. What's Revolut? Revolut Bank. A global neobank and financial technology company that offers banking services. Regulated by the Bank of Lithuania within the EU, headquartered in London. Interesting. Never heard of it. They don't use crypto? Question mark. I think they offer crypto as a payout. I think. Bespoke. Like I know as part of their affiliate commissions that you can get your affiliate commissions in crypto. I don't, but I think that's an option, but I can find out. Oh. Yeah, I thought they did some crypto stuff. Oh gosh. I don't even know how long can I stream today. What do I have this morning? I mean, I could go. What is it? It's 7. I could probably for sure go to the top of the hour. So we'll see. We need to see this this 1 hour candle is not participating effectively well here. We need to get our magnet strength up on the dollar here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. We need a little more wind here on the dollar. We don't want to see that come up yet. We need to come back down into this fair value gap right here. We need the dollar to come back down into this fair value gap, which is this breaker right here. If the dollar could come down on the 1 hour time frame into this breaker, we're going to be golden. We need that breaker on DXY to work and to draw price back to it. That's what we need. Otherwise, we're not going to get an entry. Just one more dip in, man. That's all we want. Can't you just do what we want, please? Why, market? We're trying to control the ocean here with emojis. That's really what we're trying to do. Control the ocean with emojis. The one thing that technically has happened here, and it's not super clean, but you're finding this 15-minute fair value gap right here off of this breaker. It's not the cleanest breaker because you didn't get super strong displacement, but it did close down below this breaker, left behind this fair value gap, came back up and tapped into it. We're going to need price to push through there. On the 1 hour, it created an order block here. And while we want to see the dollar come down into this fair value gap, you just may see more upside here. And it may just want to rip through that sell side liquidity now. I don't know what else to do here to make price behave properly, but whatever it is, it seems maybe just increase the win slightly. I don't know. I don't want to overdo it because if you blow too hard, it's going to throw that candle all the way up to your stop. So I don't know. We'll just juice just a little bit more here. All right, gang. We're gonna need the chat to step up today. We need some life in here. Need to up your chat game because we're kind of on the struggle bus at the moment for things to talk about. I'm just running out of it. Because there's just nothing happening. It's just slow, dead space here between getting an entry and having something to discuss. I saw ICT did a YouTube live stream this morning, but I didn't watch it. I was asleep. Did any of you guys hop on ICT's live stream? I think he did a YouTube live stream earlier today. What was that about? Anyone? Anybody see that? I just saw a tweet, John, that said going live on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He's only got like 2 more months, and then he's supposed to disappear forever. What's up, Fritz? Welcome in, man. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. He was definitely that kid. 100%. I know something you don't know, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. Yeah, I agree with you. The dude's not going to go away. I mean, maybe he goes away until like January. Maybe he just stops for the end of the year. But I guarantee you in 2024, he can't stop. He can't stop. It's impossible. He thrives on the attention, both positive and negative. I don't think Mads is a big fan of ICT. For some reason, she got into it with him a while back about something. I don't know. I feel like we're not gonna get a kick up on this trade here. I feel like we're just gonna see weakness from here on out. I know that magnet, dude. I feel like I need something else. I don't know what to put up there. The magnet just did not. It just did not do what it's supposed to be doing, man. Last time we used a big magnet, it worked for a brief moment. What if instead of a bigger magnet, we just did just a second magnet maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss on the emoji strategy. Like, what do we need to add up here that can keep price from reaching into that gap first? I don't really know. It's very, very dead though. Oh gosh. Lured in with some cheese? What does cheese have to do with it? Abel, that is for sure the one way that you can guarantee ICT's never going to go away is people will just tag him in every sort of criticism they have of his ideas. And he can't not stand up for himself when his ideas get challenged. So, yeah. he's not just going to stand by and let everybody just pile on him while he steps aside and doesn't defend himself anymore. If there's one thing that he is extremely prideful about his methodology. So yeah, he's not going away. Maybe he's not as out there like consistently available or posting as he has been, but he's not going anywhere. Shadow Trades, I guarantee you are not the only one who doesn't like the emojis. There are other people who hate the emojis. I'm not a huge fan of the emojis. It's really just mind-numbing entertainment for me. And it gives me something to talk about because I'm running out of ideas of things to talk about. Trading is super boring. It's super boring. Maybe I just need to set the Xbox up and flip over to Starfield when we have days like this, when there's nothing to talk about and there's nothing to do. John has not been providing the comedy relief that we so desperately need. Bakong doesn't like him. Swerve incoming. Yeah, I mean, if it reaches down to the bottom of this opening gap, I'll just cancel the trade. This right here probably would have been the setup we would have been wanting to get. Is something like that, probably like a 7 pip. That's probably the entry this was just not a super clean breaker for me. Yes, there was a fair value gap. Yes, it is technically a breaker. There just wasn't the displacement needed for me to be able to capitalize on that. And what I really wanted was a pullback into the higher time frame breaker over here. So, and you may still get it, but that is that's the entry. That fair value gap and that breaker is what's pushing price down here. Driving your son to school, you got to watch your you can't be cracking those kind of jokes with him in the car. I get it. We've reached down into the fair value or the opening week gap there. Dollar is just pumping. I would anticipate that it just continues to run pretty hot now back up into that area. So and this breaker on AU, we did talk about this breaker on AU right here. Again, no super clean displacement here to be able to target that as an entry right there. I am gonna go ahead and clean up these emojis because I'm kind of tired of looking at them on the screen, quite honestly. Get rid of that. So our 4-hour candle here is coming to a close, and it looks like I don't know that we're going to get a push back up into that area there. I think that push should have happened on this hourly candle, and it doesn't look like we're going to, unless it closes pretty, we're just at the half hour. It could just, if we can get a rejection off of this gap here, we might still be okay. But if it trades all the way down through that gap, we're probably going to need to reevaluate and choose a different direction here. Technically still a summer market. It could be, yeah, I mean, that could have something to do with it. First says, watched an amazing movie the other day, Greenland. Highly recommend. I'm always up for good movie recommendations. Where did you watch it? On net? Is that on Netflix? What is that? Here's something to talk about. Questions to ask based on web LOL. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? What would be the hardest and easiest thing to give up? Oh, just some like icebreaker questions. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe do that. Retest on that volume imbalance before retrace, maybe. Could be. Where would be the invalidation of the limit order? If price completely traded through this volume imbalance here, it's tapped into it, didn't even get halfway down into it. But if it traded all the way down through here, basically reaching near the TP, I'd probably cancel the order. What is Greenland? Greenland the movie. What is that? Gerard Butler. (2020) American apocalyptic disaster film. John Garrity, his estranged wife. Let me put this up there. I can pull this up. It's fine. So it says, John Garrity, his estranged wife, and their young son embark on a perilous journey to find sanctuary as a planet-killing comet hurtles toward Earth. Amid terrifying accounts of cities getting leveled, the Garritys experience the best and worst in humanity as the countdown to the global apocalypse approaches zero. Their incredible trek culminates in a desperate and last-minute flight to a possible safe haven. I never saw that. That was in 2020. End of the world thriller. All right. Well, maybe I'll check it out. It looks entertaining, at least. It looks a little entertaining. worth watching. It's a great disaster movie that benefits from its human and grounded approach, resulting in an extremely tense and emotional film. Well, there you go. There you go. Trader Dante. I've heard the name, but I don't know anything that he teaches. I have no idea what his concepts are. He has the same concepts as ICT. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to try to tell you where it all started or who had the original idea about any of this stuff. I don't really give a crap. I think it's pointless. Doesn't matter. All of these things are just tools for us to use to build a strategy where we have an edge in the market that we can capitalize on consistently over a long period of time. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care who said it first. I don't care who saw it first, who defined it first. I don't give a crap about it. I really don't. The only thing that matters to me is, can I consistently identify my setups and execute them at a professional level? That's the only thing I care about. Everything else, a waste of time and energy to get into and involved with. Why is there always an estranged wife? It's a good question. I think, John, mostly it's because marriage is hard. Even the best marriages go through difficult times, man. Marriage is hard. Two broken people trying to live together for the rest of their lives. It's going to produce conflict, and it's going to produce tension and friction. And if their commitments to each other are not based on something other than just how they feel in the moment, I think typically most relationships are founded on things that are superficial and ultimately have no long impacting or long lasting value that can see them through the hard times, because marriage is hard. My commitment to my wife and to be a good husband to her is not based on how she treats me or how she decides to hold to the commitments and vows that she made to me. My commitment and my devotion to my marriage and to my wife is founded on and based upon my commitment to God. I made vows to God in relation to how I'm going to love and lead my family and my wife. And so it doesn't matter whether she reciprocates. It doesn't matter whether she treats me the way I think I deserve to be treated or should be treated. How I respond to her or love her or serve her or lead her is not, it's not founded on what she does to me or for me. It's based completely upon my commitment and the vows I made to God and how I would love and lead my wife. And so I think most people don't have that foundation. And so when the other person treats you bad or doesn't treat you the way you think you deserve to be treated, it's easy to just cast it off. It's easy to just throw it away. We have made divorce way too easy to have. We just toss relationships out the window when they no longer, quote unquote, make us happy. And the purpose of marriage, in my worldview, the purpose of marriage is not happiness, it's holiness. So God intends to use the relationship of marriage to refine me and chip away at those parts of me that are broken and I need to work on. And so I think in general, that is a very rare point of view on how to view marriage. I swear to you, if I did not think that or believe that or act upon that, my wife and I would have been divorced multiple times over in the last 27 years of marriage. I swear to you, we would not have made it. But marriage is not something to enter into lightly at all. It is a very, very, in my opinion, it is the most sacred of relationships you could have in this life. So it should be approached with great humility and great reverence to do and enter into that kind of covenant relationship. It's that sacred. GJ, not interested. I'm not interested in GJ right now. If it displaces above some of these highs, yes, I will probably be interested. But I want to see some bullish price action here. Currently, we've run sell side liquidity. Now that we've run this, if we can get some displacement away in the opposite direction, you might have a bullish setup here. But it's got a lot of room to run and to work with before we can get there. I like that dollar has not reached up into its weekly volume imbalance here. I like that it's left it and it's showing some weakness here. So maybe we'll get a pullback into this hourly breaker here on the dollar. Maybe we'll get a pullback here on the hourly breaker, reach right back into that fair value gap and then head on up. That's what we need to see. Dynamis says, I find it's usually the husbands that are strange. Yeah, a lot of guys are weird, man. John, yeah, my wife just chewed my ass as she walked out the door. That's good, Brad. Helps when you're both showing up powerfully in your choices and love and not being a victim in your thinking, blaming each other. I mean, it's just, it's a mutual commitment. If each of you are pursuing God and making sure that your commitments to Him are really what are driving your actions towards each other, you're going to be fine. It's when one of you or both of you just decide to stop caring about God, really. I mean, when you stop putting Him first and using how you make your decisions and treat people, when He's not a factor, your relationship, your marriage isn't going to be a factor either. And it's just going to be easy to walk away. And it's going to get hard, but when it gets hard, you're now functioning out of a worldview and model and decision-making that is outside of yourself. We know we're broken people. We can sit here at the charts and understand how much our emotions can manipulate us into making unwise decisions. Our feelings are not facts. They are emotions. They are signals to other things that are going on inside of us. But that doesn't mean that we just need to do something to change that feeling. It's just pointing us to work that needs to be done so we can identify why we feel that way. That's really what the purpose of all of those emotions truly are. So you can't just let emotions run your life. That's what children do. Trading says best relationship in my humble opinion is that when you find a wife who's also your best friend. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. The companionship and all of that comes is obviously it's fantastic. John says, here's a problem in our society: the ability to take and ass chewing has become scarce. Yeah, you don't. It's not fun, and you feel like you're being personally attacked. I think I've said this before. I think I've said it before, where it's like, oh, I just lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So we've talked about this before. So there's a proverb. There's a proverb in the Bible, and let me find it. I should have this memorized, but I don't. Proverb, faithful. There we go. It's Proverbs 27:6. And Proverbs is a book in the Old Testament in the Bible. I'm not here trying to convert anybody. This is my faith. It's important to me. It just frames the way I think about so many things. So you don't have to. You can just mute the stream if you don't want to hear a little Bible verse. But this Bible verse is from Proverbs 27:6. It says, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful." And so the whole point of this proverb, Proverbs 27:6, it says, the context is basically saying that a wound from a friend can be trusted, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. So you can, when a friend comes to you and says something hard to hear, and it cuts you or quote unquote wounds you, you should embrace that, because that friend loves you. And you can trust, because of the relationship you have with that person, that if they're saying something difficult to you, it's because probably there's something in your life that you need to hear and deal with. And that you should search out friends that can hold you accountable. And sometimes being held accountable means it's going to sting. It's going to leave a cut. It's going to, quote unquote, it's going to wound you. But those wounds are faithful in the fact they're faithful to heal and bring about change, positive change and positive healing, versus the kisses of an enemy. You don't want those. Those are going to lead to death and destruction. When you just have somebody who's telling you what you want to hear, agreeing with you all the time, patting you on the back constantly, buttering you up, complimenting you nonstop, they're never holding you accountable. They're just, quote unquote, loving you the way you are. Those are deceitful, and you should run from that. Like, you want people in your life. You want people around you that can tell you and say the hard things to you when you need to hear them. And sometimes that's a coach. Sometimes that's a mentor like me sitting here telling you, stop doing that. Stop acting like a child. Stop breaking your rules. You're never going to be profitable if you keep breaking your rules. You know, that kind of stuff. So you're right, John. I think it has become very scarce to find people that can deal with some of those hard conversations. Here come the puppies and the beautiful love of my life. You're gorgeous. And Kirby. Oh, hey, Kirby. Hey, Kirby. All right, it's good to see some dollar weakness here. We need to see a little bit more come back down into this breaker here and rebalance some of this price action. It's horrible. I hate that. That creamer, that zero, whatever it's called, pumpkin spice zero sugar creamer. It's disgusting.
Is that all we have left?
I didn't see anything else in there, but I don't know. It's gross. Yep. Philip, you're correct, man. 100%. Trading Night says about women, King Solomon is referenced in the Bible. Yeah. But in America, there's a general sentiment of ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. Yeah, there's definitely a total cultural vibe of you don't get to talk to me. Like, I can do and be whatever I want and however I want. And to some extent, being super individualistic, there's some things about that are positive, but there's a lot that's not. There's some things that just generally across the board need to be dealt with. What are you on about?
Great Dane is over there and he has a big cone on.
He's got the cone of shame.
I've never seen a cone that big ever. And he's just...
I think dogs that have to wear the cone of shame they look so funny. They look so defeated. They look so defeated.
He's like, where are my people? He's been over there since yesterday. Maggie, shut it. Come on. No. Come on, let's go. He's old. He's gotta be like 15.
I don't think Great Danes live to be 15, babe.
Well, he's all gray in the face.
Yeah, he's probably like 7 or 8 years old. Great Danes do not live that long.
Well, that's terrible.
Well, that was the pullback. That was the pop. And it doesn't look like we're going to get any follow through or continuation on it, sadly. We still got about 11 minutes on this hourly candle. Maybe we'll get one more little pullback here on the dollar. All right, I'll give it till the top of the hour, guys, and then I'll probably get off today. Yeah. See you later, Fritz. Have a great day, my friend. Nice to see a little run of liquidity here on GU. So if you got some displacement here on GU, you might be able to find a trade set up here. Good Lord, Maggie. You got this run of buy side liquidity here. Quick stab up. If we get a quick stab down now, you might be able to find a nice little setup here on GU potentially. Yeah, I'm not going to give up on this EU trade just yet. Thought we might be able to, when this last 15-minute candle was pushing pretty hard, I was hoping we might be able to close out this hour with a little rejection here. It still has another 9 minutes or so, so we'll see what happens, but if it closes out the way it is, it's basically setting up another order block here, another hourly order block to continue to push price down. So this may have been the only pullback into this breaker we're going to get right here. And that's unfortunate. This one just wasn't clear. We just didn't get enough displacement off of this breaker here for me to want to grab that entry here. You're welcome. Let me save you that frustration for a minute. Good Lord. See you, Mr. Alfie. Have a great day, bud. Kirby started that, and Maggie just jumped right in. So again, once again, Kirby trying to ruin the live stream, as always. Can you look at oil? Sure, we can take a peek. See. Oh gosh, I always forget what to call this. What is it? It's WTI? No, West Texas. No, what is it? WTI crude. There it is. U.S. oil. Here we go. I mean, still in a big uptrend, so you're going to be looking for buys. Next draw on liquidity is going to be at this swing level here. Oh, crap. So there's your draw on liquidity. Four-hour time frame has been, we've been up, chop. Now we're starting to displace higher. I mean, I would just be very bullish on this. I would just be looking for opportunities to buy. So I'm not going to chase price where it's at right now. If I was looking to trade this, I would be wanting to see a pullback. Where it just depends on what your trading setup looks like. I swear to God, they are losing their minds today. I don't know what's wrong with them. Bare minimum, I think on oil, I would want to see it pull back into this order block here a little bit, or wait for a sweep of some lows, and then displacement of back away in the trend direction there. But I mean, it just looks bullish. I don't think it slows down until we get here or up into here into these relative equal highs. But it's just running like a freight train, man. It's just barreling forward. I don't know that I would, again, I would not want to just buy here and just anticipate it could just want to come back down and grab some sell side liquidity. It's been in some consolidation here, just moving sideways, and now we're finally getting a breakout. So rebalancing, either tapping into a fair value gap or an order block somewhere down in here potentially, or if you would, my preference would probably be wait to see some type of swing level get tapped into, some type, whether it gets engineered here or whether it's this level or this level, but then see displacement away. Like here, you see this, it comes up. People were starting to buy and thinking it was about to break out, and then what does it do? It pulls back into fair value gaps, order blocks, and then it runs. So I would wait for something similar like that. I think on oil, don't just chase. Let it displace, and then wait for those pullbacks before you continue the trend. Oh, well, I think I'm gonna call. The stream right here, guys. It's been a good couple hours. It's been good hanging with you every day. I appreciate you guys showing up continuously. I love the fact that you participate in the chat and help the stream out. So I'll continue to monitor this situation off the stream. Again, if it just trades through that gap pretty aggressively, probably just call it, be done with it. I'm still going to keep my eye on GU, because if we can displace now down through this level, you might have a decent order block or a decent breaker block in here to work with potentially. So not going to give up on being able to identify a trade just yet today. But this one may still work out. This could pull back as we open up the next hour. This next 4-hour candle is about to open. If it could come back up into that order block one more time, this 4-hour order block, into this 4-hour breaker, into that tap into that fair value gap just above us, could work out just fine. So I'm going to leave this on for now. I'm going to leave these orders on for now, and we'll just watch and wait and see what happens over the next 2.5 hours or so. But follow on Discord, follow along on Twitter, and I will post any updates that come there. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, happy hunting, and we'll catch you in the morning. Adios, y'all.